go to the market today and have a look at what's available. I've been to the market before at like 9 in the morning. It's very different to the UK and probably other countries as well. Normally markets, you go to them quite early. In Spain there's very little point going to the markets early. Nobody turns up until about 9:30 or 10, so let's go and have a look and see what we can find. First of all, whatever market you go to, no matter which market, parking is always an absolute nightmare. So it's that payoff. If you go first thing in the morning, you can get a parking space really early, but nobody's ready yet. Or you can go later on and just have to drive in circles for ages. So this is interesting. I really like this guy's stall actually. I bought quite a lot from him in the past. Look at that, that's fantastic. I don't mind if things are a bit smashed up. If it's got a story to it, then I kind of feel like that adds to it. Wow. It's fantastic. No idea what it is. Ooh. These are really interesting too. It's incredible actually. Look at that. And that pot as well. It just gets really good stuff. And the chairs at the back, the cream one. That might be Herman Miller actually. Some interesting things here. I really like that big vase there. And massive light. I like anything made of terracotta as well. A real thing for terracotta. And pictures. I really need to stop buying pictures. It's turning into an issue. I love that big, see that big mirror there at the back, the big square one. That's very the type of thing I would buy. I'm going to ask how much that is actually. This is what I mean about getting early, arriving early. People just aren't ready. I mean, this is literally after 10 AM and it's still not unpacked. You get a lot of this kind of stuff, like just, well, I call it tat. Well, actually, that's not true because in the UK, my version of tat was stuff I would probably buy. Oh my god, we literally had those plates when I was a kid growing up. Here it's like stuff that's like, a lot of the people that do these things, they find their stuff in dumps quite literally. So a lot of it's stuff that you would just never look at buying, but you'd be surprised. And then you get things like this where, you know, the person's actually looked for furniture you might actually put into your house. So I'm inside the market now. I don't know how well you'll hear me because it's just really bloody loud. Everyone's having a good haggle. This guy I have got so many great things from. Over the look at that little leaf plate, that's fab. I've got so many good things off this guy. He just has a really good eye for, well, I suppose the same stuff I like. This doesn't necessarily mean anything, but today is a little bit more hit and miss. I do really like that. I really like that bell that man's picked up. I love this guy as well. I've gotten sort of I mean, look at that lamb. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. Is that glass? It's glass. It's covered in woodworm. I don't really care about that. When you get a nice piece, I'm not really fussed about whether it's got woodworm in it. I'll need rewiring, but you would do that anyway. I've become very good at rewiring. This guy's got a very simple price structure. Everything €1. Everything €2. Look at that. Not bad. Everything €5. Fantastic encyclopedias there. I don't care if you don't get the full set of an encyclopedia. In fact, who would really want one? I mean, look at the size of that though. They're huge. The New Illustrated Dictionary. Let's have a look. I guess these would be 5. Oh wow. See, I've really got to stop buying this type of thing. I literally have a library full of it. Lovely little cauldron there. Look at that little painting, isn't that great? That's really great. On board. This is cute. For a plant. It's got a hole in it as well, someone's used it for a plant. Quite new, it's got a mark on it. And the old Olivetti there. This is fab as well, look at that. New fish. Little Portuguese cocktail there. Some nice brass. Oh, look at them. I don't know if you can see that well, that's beautiful. Little spot of the old flamenco dresses there. Get a lot of clothing fabrics at the rastros here in Spain. Actually, I've got some incredible pieces of fabric, beautiful bedspreads, and now see, these are the ones, sorry, that really excite me. If it's in the box and they're not taken out yet, you want to be delving in there. You never know what you'll find. Let's have a look. Okay, this is shite so far. You normally find it's in a box. It's come from an estate sale. See, this guy's got his better stuff up out at the back. It's going to be hit and miss, this one, I think. Yeah, hit and miss. Well, miss actually. No. These stalls that have got all of the tiny little cardboard boxes, they attract Spaniards. I mean, like nothing else. Spaniards absolutely love looking for tiny little things in boxes to see if they can get a bargain. It's beyond me to understand why, but it's a slow start to the day today, actually. There's nothing that immediately catches my eye. So I think my plan is going to be, the gym that I go to is nearby, so I'm going to go to my gym and come out in about an hour, by which point it should have heated up slightly. There's actually a whole other half to this market as well, and interestingly, I never bother looking at it because, well, I'll go into that later on maybe. So yeah, like I was saying, there's a whole other half that I never bother going to, and that's because it has dealers that sell, and because it's got dealers there, they just tend to, you know, if there's any good bargains, they tend to get them. To be honest with you, I actually think a lot of the dealers that come here don't have the intention of selling because the prices they charge are so high. I think they've come here to get a stall to arrive when all the good stuff comes out. So yeah, there's a whole half of the market I don't go to, although in the half that I don't go to there is an amazing plant stall, and I might take you to that if I can later on. I'm a bit of a houseplant aficionado, and I have been since I was a kid. It comes from my mum. I get a lot of my houseplants from these people. So yeah, I might take you there in a bit. And actually up at the Finca, I always make sure every new customer we have has a really specific hand-picked set of plants put in at the beginning of their stay, and those plants pretty much always come from these people. So I'll see if I can swing by there later. So right, I'm at the plant shop that I buy everything from. Well, I buy a lot of my plants from. So I have this one, I don't know the names of them all. I have this one already, I bought this one from them. And today I suspect I'm going to buy this because it just looks really beautiful.
I have this one which I bought from them. I have that which I bought from them. I've bought a lot of plants from these people, as you've probably gathered. Quite a few from this box. And I like what they do because you see the prices. Tiny cuttings, slightly larger again, and then your more rare versions, they get really interesting plants. Very difficult in Spain to get access to interesting, unusual plants, and then they do bonsais, and their bonsais are just fabulous. I mean, look at that. That's a rose that they've turned into a bonsai. Fantastic. So they do all different types of bonsai. There's the little dog there as well, very cute. Different types of fern as well, asparagus fern. There's a fig that they've turned into a bonsai. Just incredible. Chinese money plant. And then, so if you're one of our customers that has stayed in Violetta in the past, you'll have seen this. This is one of the plants that I put into our accommodation quite regularly. It's absolutely beautiful. It gets big white peace lily type flowers. And then they also give you all of the different, you can buy all the different types of soil and bricks and things that you need, pumice and things like that for your plants to succeed. And then they have all of the succulents as well. Just fantastic, and they're a really lovely couple, these two as well. And they've got a digital printer and they create all of this art as well. So whenever I buy plants from them, my plants generally have one of these in them. It tells you the name of the plant. So if you're coming to Finca Martina and you look at the plants in your accommodation, more often than not they'll have a little one of those signs and it'll tell you exactly what the plant is. Fantastic. So talented. And that's them there, it's the couple.
So it's the day after now. It was an interesting day yesterday at the market. I mean, obviously you never know what you're going to find, but I did find that there are times when, you know, you can really luck out and you can come back, you know, just with a car full of interesting pieces. And sometimes you come back with nothing, and there isn't really any rhyme or reason to it. Yesterday in the end I found two pieces, and it was interesting because actually what happened was I did my scoot round at the beginning, went right round the whole market. I always go round once just to check, and then I go back round again and a bit more methodically because, you know, obsessed. And I got nothing, you know, so in the end I thought, right, well, I'll go to, I did buy one plant from that couple. I thought I will go to the gym, do my thing there, and then come back and have another quick scoot round. And actually, just as I was about to leave, I went up to one of the vendors that I must have just missed on the way round. I don't know how. It's in quite a dark corner, and this caught my eye. This is actually the third time that I've bought. This is the third of these that I have, because I have become slightly obsessed with them ever since I went to the patios in Cordoba, which, if you've not heard of, is an incredible thing that you should really go and see sometime. The patios is like a festival that goes on for, I think it's a week in Cordoba, it might be more than that, and it's just basically people open their patios in their garden, in their houses, up to you. Look at Leo looking all sorry for himself, like he can't get through the open door. You can just walk around their patios and see what they've done, you know, with their plants and things. It's fantastic. But this is the first time that I saw these, and since then I've just become a little bit obsessed with them. So they're planters. They're hanging baskets, really. I mean, in the UK you would call this a hanging basket, really, but these are made of pottery. They're made of ceramic, and they have a little hole in the bottom for drainage. And what you do is, this one's got a little bit missing, but she'll still be able to show you what you do, give or take. Either that or it'll fall on the floor and smash, which I haven't done yet to one of them, but to know it's likely to happen one day. So this is what they look like when they're hanging, basically. And of course, because they're hanging from a height, you just get all the beauty of this vintage pottery and the hand-painted goodness of it. So I've got two already. The two that I have are actually plain white ones. They're both vintage, they're beautiful, but they are just plain white. I'm sorry, I'm looking over there because my cat looks like she's about to jump from the second floor. Don't do that. Do not. We've got birds nesting at the moment in a box near the front door, which was my fault for hanging the box there. And the cat is just constantly trying to get the box. So today I've had to put chicken wire up to stop her from, let's see if I can just show you what madness is going on just now. I can't really see what the camera's doing here, but I don't know if you'll see that or not. But the cat is trying to get to the nest box, which is there, and the chicken wire is stopping her. She's very unhappy about this situation. I don't know if the camera just got that or not. So yeah, so I have seen these hanging with ferns and such type things. So yeah, got two in white, and I've now got this beautiful one in green as well, which I've never seen them painted before, so I'm really excited about that. The guy was confused that I wanted to buy it, and just as I was about to pay him, I thought, well, I'll have another little look round, and found this cute little vase, which it's not signed. It's a bit minging inside actually. This I would probably class as being a piece of tourist wear. And tourist wear really just means in the 50s and the 60s in Spain, when it became, when the package holiday became a thing and people from across, outside of the Costa del Sol, which wasn't even called the Costa del Sol back then, by the way. I think it was called was it called Costa del Viento? I think it was called the Windy Coast, and they had to rebrand it because ain't no one want to go to a windy coast. But they had to, come up with this concept of souvenirs. And so that's why you see pieces like this quite often in charity shops in places outside of Spain, and sometimes they pop up inside Spain as well. Now this could be Italian tourist wear, it could be Spanish. Given that it's ended up in Spain, the likelihood is it probably was a piece of Italian tourist wear. It's kind of difficult to know. It certainly looks similar to Italian pieces that I have. Like I said in my last video, before, in a previous lifetime, before we moved to Spain in 2019, I had an online retro shop. Also, actually, I had my own warehouse as well that I used to open up at the weekends, selling vintage and retro furniture, homewares, all of that type of stuff. And that then led to interior design, which then sort of took off. So I was an interior designer in the UK, but with a real sort of specific edge of vintage and retro, and the magic of putting vintage into a modern interior design, which then sort of organically led to us moving to Spain and opening, renovating Finca Martina and creating our magical escapes here, which are filled, if you have a look on the website, or better still come and visit us, they're filled with vintage and retro pieces. Some of them I brought from the UK, some of them I sourced in France and all over Europe. Some of them I pick up when I'm on holiday, brought pieces back from America, Portugal, Lisbon, all over the place. So there's pieces in both Violetta and Susanna, are two escapes that are, very personal pieces that have been picked up over the years, and they're blended with modern interior design, which is what I like to do. Ergo, I like to go to markets and find these pieces like this, for example, which is just absolutely perfect. I like to put fresh cut flowers in for all of our customers, all of our guests when they arrive. So sometimes it can be lavender and things like that, but in a vase like this you wouldn't obviously want to put lavender because it's too big, isn't it? So this will probably get whatever's in season. We have beautiful iris here, and other roses are doing really well. The roses for some reason do really well here, even though the summers can be brutal for plants. So yeah, those are the two pieces that I bought. Like I said, sometimes you just don't know. Sometimes you can come back and you know, I've brought back sideboards when I had a van. I don't have a van now yet. I brought back sideboards, sets of chairs, mirrors, huge mirrors, a lot of art. I bought a lot of art at the markets here, because you don't, obviously, unless it's got Van Gogh written on it or something, you don't know normally who the artist is. So I go with my gut, and if it's a piece I like, I just don't, you know, really care, just buy it. So our house is full of art. Violetta and Susanna, the you know, our rentals, they are full of art as well. I love buying it. I'm an artist too. I do a lot of watercolors nowadays, so to me, it's a no-brainer. You see a beautiful piece that's an original that somebody created. Sometimes it's pieces going back from the 60s and 70s as well, you know, that somebody has really cared for their entire life, and somehow it's ended up at a market. Well, I will buy that piece and I will find a home for it one way or the other. Now Rufus is pretending, this is our other dog Rufus, he's pretending he can't get out of the open door. So that's it. That's a little taster of what it's like going vintage shopping here. It's very different to the UK. The vintage market is completely different to the vintage market that I've seen and that I had in the UK access to. It's very different to the vintage market in France, Belgium, even Portugal actually. It's very different because Spanish people tend not to really get rid of things. So if somebody dies in Spain, they will still have their life's content, you know, in their house. People don't, we don't have, over here we don't have that culture of getting rid of things every sort of 3 or 4 years. People don't buy new sofas every 3 or 4 years. People don't get new furniture when, you know, they don't change their colour scheme and buy everything new, which in the UK certainly is definitely a thing. It doesn't happen here. People buy things and they keep them. And so that means that, you know, charity shops aren't what they are in the UK. Second-hand isn't what it is in the UK. It doesn't really exist that much as a concept. It does exist. You can still get pieces. You can still furnish a house second-hand, but it will cost you a heck of a lot more than it would do, you know, back in the UK. So look at this. Oh, she's gone. The offending cat. Look at here. She's determined to find another way to catch that bird. She's actually surprisingly bad at it, considering she put so much effort into it. Yeah, anyway, that was shopping for vintage. If you like this video, obviously like and subscribe. If you want more of this type of content, let me know in the comments. I go on the hunt for vintage very regularly. I'd be very happy to take you with me. Yeah. Let me know what you think. See you later, bye.